Hello, I'm Chuck Fowke, the 2020 Chairman of the National Association of Home Builders. I want to wish you and your loved ones a very happy new year, and I hope all had a safe and healthy holiday. Before we jump into the year ahead of us, I want to take a few minutes to review the year we just had. It can feel like COVID put life on pause. However, NAHB was incredibly busy last year tackling challenges due to and also beyond the COVID-19 pandemic. So without further ado, I present the National Association of Home Builders 2020 Roundup. Beginning in January, we were honored to have the EPA Administrator Andrew Wheeler sign the latest iteration of the Waters of the United States rule at the International Builders Show. Around that time, we polled our members on their biggest concerns heading into the year. And 85% of the respondents said that a lack of skilled labor was their biggest concern. Just a few weeks later, the first news of COVID-19 hit. Within a very short window after the World Health Organization declared COVID a pandemic, NAHB began advocating hard for residential construction to be one of the businesses categorized as essential under the initial lockdown orders. We succeeded, and home builders across the country were able to continue to help families achieve the American dream of home ownership. And they definitely rose to the occasion. After a key job site safety stand-down day that was used as an example for many industries, home builders were able to confidently and safely build and sell homes. While members on the ground were busy building up the housing supply, NAHB was in the virtual halls of Congress, fighting for paycheck protection for builders to be included in the first round of COVID relief. In the early summer, housing started to make a strong comeback from the initial hit that the pandemic took on all industries and has continued strong throughout the end of the year. In fact, because of the strength of the market, low mortgage rates, and home buyers looking to make a suburban shift, fewer home builders were forced to cut prices, a huge win for our industry. Residential construction was up throughout the summer due to that increased demand and led the employment gains during those months. Then in July, the price of lumber hit a 2-year high. While demand remained high, many builders were forced to raise prices and many lost contracts or had buyers back out. Housing affordability hit an 18-month low in August due to low supply and lumber prices. In some cases, skyrocketing material costs was driving up the final price of a home by over $16,000. NAHB responded, taking the case for the need for renewed trade talks with Canada and an increased domestic production to the Secretary of Commerce, Wilbur Ross, and to the White House Economic Council. Lumber prices started to cool and builder confidence began to soar, eventually reaching an all-time high of 90. In the early fall, NAHB continued an appeals process to the ICC to ensure that the housing industry had a voice in the code's approval process, and our appeal was mostly effective. In October, we saw many HBAs get creative with their membership drives, which are even more important this year than ever. We celebrated associate members, professional women in building, and young professionals with programming throughout the fall. And we announced that over 250,000 homes in the United States were certified to the National Green Building Standard, developed by NAHB in the Housing Innovation Research Lab. Throughout the year, BillPAC was incredibly engaged in fundraising for defenders of housing, helping to ensure that pro-housing leaders were elected across the country at all levels of government. Following the 2020 election, NAHB worked to keep members informed of what an administration change would mean for housing. And as the weeks went on and more election results were released, we updated members on how various cabinet picks might work with our association over the next 4 years. One of the most important announcements of 2020 was the transition of the 2021 International Builders Show, scheduled to take place in Orlando in early February, to an all-virtual show. IBSX is going to be a huge event, combining all the amazing components of a typical IBS with the added convenience of being accessible from your home. You can access the live event from February 9th through the 12th, and content will be viewable through the end of March if you want to watch your favorite events and educational sessions again. Registration is now open for the awesome event, at buildershow.com. I want to sincerely thank the NAHB staff for continuing their hard work on key programs that help keep our members informed and furthers the mission of our association. From the Building the Dream event partnership with The Hill that transitioned to a virtual format this year, to the numerous webinars and educational sessions hosted by industry experts, to the new online member communities, to the NAHB podcast, and even to this chairman's update. I am so appreciative of the staff that works to keep this machine running smoothly. And I am thankful to you, our members, for being here. This year has been difficult, but because we worked together, we still had a successful year. Together, we'll make 2021 even stronger. I am looking forward to the year ahead of us and all we can accomplish. And I am looking forward to seeing you virtually at IBSX in a few weeks. Thank you.